Thank you, everybody, for joining us back here at Cytta Corp's channel. We're sitting here once again with Mr. Gary Kimball, the Chief Executive Officer of the company. And Gary, how are you holding up over there? We're wrapping up to the end of January. Is everything going well so far?
Well, everything has been going remarkably well. We're busy on many levels. We've got a number of different initiatives. And, as always, they're always a little bit more complex than you expect. And the elements of dealing with them are always challenging. But, we brought some new people to the table to assist us with that. That's helping a great deal. And, I'd have to say right now, everything in our go forward game plan is moving along really well.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it. And before diving into some of the recent developments, I'm curious, I wanted to talk about the perspectives on what Cytta Corp is, where you guys are going and evolving into, as it's an idea of where you guys are going is not what a lot of people are used to. And can you elaborate on that a little more?
Yes, that's a really great question and a good way of formulating that, because I think we're a little bit of a kind of anomaly and a unicorn at the same time. So it really started with Cytta realizing that we have two really foundational and formative technologies. We have Super, which is the video compression part of the house, and then we have IGAN, which is a new form of communication and interconnect system that's all software based. So basically, these are two technologies that Cytta owns. We have the technology, and we have them escrowed, and they have multiple uses. So we find ourselves with, I'd have to say, a technical genius in the mix who has created these things, has brought these things to the table in Michael Collins, and dealing with the number of things that come out of his head is challenging. So rather than traditionally building one technology, concentrating on that and just, trying to sell that as a single market company, we realized that the only way to really monetize these resources for our shareholders was to do a spin out. And the first spin out that we completed now is Reticulate Micro. We licensed our super technology into them. They have a specific market and markets that they're going after, and they're going forward. They haven't made a lot of announcements yet because they'll be going into, I'd say, a quiet period prior to doing some of their regulatory filings. So I don't want to get into that side of the house. But the point being that now Cytta has on its balance sheet 5.1 million shares of that company, which people, looking at our September 30th financials, you can see it there, but we haven't put any value on it. It's just at a book value. So that really becomes one of our major portfolio companies, portfolio assets. The company itself, the value of that stock to the Cytta shareholders, given what is being planned for the company, is substantial, and more than substantial. It could be astonishing, because we know what can be done with our technology, and we're very excited about the directions they're going with it. And so that's the first, really call it a hidden asset in Cytta. A lot of people talk about the company from the point of view, well, while you're developing this technology, you don't have a sales pipeline of this. And that again is, we're primarily a development company. We develop these assets, and we develop them from the point of view that they have existing opportunities. And, if we were a higher level company, sure, we could go and secure, the 10 or the 20 million funding to take those out there. But, that's the reality of being an OTC company. You have to do things a little differently. And the model we've reached now that we've completed the first one successfully is to continue with that model. We met with several major groups that are really interested in dealing with our spinouts as we put them together. And so we feel this is going to be the best way to monetize the surfeit of riches we have from a technology point of view, and create what I think is going to be incredible shareholder value.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for your insight on that. Like I said, that's not exactly something a lot of people are familiar with from the OTC market, but if they have any questions, they can of course send them over to us and we'll elaborate
Sure.
further as much as we can. But Gary, something else I wanted to hear about was this IGAN training exercise you recently put a press release out about. Tell us what went down and what you
Oh,
got from it.
yes. So Chino Police Department has been a client of ours right back to the original days of the IGAN, the original IGAN. And I can actually say back in those days, you know, it was Michael Collins and I lugging the box around and, you know, hanging with that department and seeing all the pieces. So, you know, I was originally part of the original sales force and they bought in. So when they found out that the IGAN 2.0 was available, they approached us and they said, look, we'd like to get it, but we'd like to get it, we'd like to get it for a full 5-year period. We know we don't want to change. So they came in, they bought the license for the full 5 years, and on the understanding that there were going to be a lot of add-on pieces that we would be able to do, and on the understanding that they felt that they wanted to be a reference client and spread the word to the other departments in their area around them, because there's amazing capabilities if you have more than one police department with the IGAN. They all interconnect, and then they're doing a lot of joint operations. So what they scheduled and asked for was us to bring our technical team out there. They brought a number of other departments in, various California-based departments, all kinds of different government levels, and we did a full-blown exercise out there, and also showed them some of the nuances of using the IGAN in different types of operation, different types of communication systems. Again, some of the things they're not that familiar with, they're able to do, because the IGAN is really a foundational platform. It has multiple capabilities. So we showed them some additional capabilities could make what they're doing a lot easier. One of the things that they hadn't known about, and we'll be announcing it probably in the next few days, is that the IGAN is now an app on the iOS platform. So literally you can download the IGAN software into your cell phone and operate a full IGAN dashboard out of your cell phone, which is really exciting from our point of view, because no longer do they have to carry around a laptop. They can operate IGAN right out of a cell phone.
Yeah.
And the Android portion of that will be along in the next bit. So again, that's going to be, a product that they download, at a cost, at a fee, to be able to do it that way. And again, so that suddenly means every officer using their cell phone to operate the IGAN is now a client, and there'll be a revenue stream derived from that. So
for sure. And this is definitely something that getting in front of as many eyes as possible is a good thing, and explaining to them the real benefits. And this is something that could benefit pretty much anyone in the first responder area whatsoever. Yeah.
And it's important for them to have a trusted department referencing it, and the people in Chino are just really solid people, great technical backgrounds. We did some very interesting technical things with them with the first install out there. Now it's of course much simpler, but with them vouching for their use of the product and bringing associated agencies and associated departments in, that creates the best reference situation we have right now. And it's already started adding to the sales pipeline, or certainly the interest pipeline, and how do we get this. And the other part of that was that we were able to also show them a couple of pieces of technology that are add-ons that are unique, that will replace certain other technologies that exist out there now that are being sold for a fair bit of money. And ours, I'd have to say, are far superior, because we do a lot of the pieces better. So, and this is again going to be something I, I'd have to say the only question they were asking is how soon can we start using that? And
Fair. Good question. Yeah.
and what's the pricing on that? So we're really excited about that piece, which we're probably 4 to 6 weeks away from moving it from beta to final. Part of this was testing it in the field with them, and this might not be the first department we're testing in the field with, but it's very helpful for us to be able to do that. And again, these departments that are our reference clients, they provide us all the input we need to make it perfect from their point of view, make it usable, make it perfect. And ultimately, when they ask for new things that we can turn into an add-on product, that allows us to monetize what we're putting out there in a much better way over time.
Yeah, really sounds like you guys have been busy this January already, and we have 11 more months of fun here in 2023. So glad to hear things are going well, and hopefully we can chat again soon. Anything else exciting coming up you want to share?
Yes, we're very, very close. We were asked by several different departments, Dallas particularly, Ocean County, New Jersey, Sheriff Masternardi there, if we could come up with a product, a solution based on the IGAN that would allow school children to be protected in emergency situations, and that could change the dynamic, when there's a horrible incident like Uvalde. How could the IGAN help? How could the IGAN get the officers there quicker? How could they know what's going on inside? So our school SOS product, as a general name for it, has multiple levels. We've been doing again stealth demos of it, and have all the pieces built together. So we will be probably announcing the launch of that again within the next 30-60 days.
Nice.
And we're already dealing with several school systems, several school districts that are asking us to put it in, if not at a beta level, how soon can they get it in there? So we feel we've got a great product, a great solution there, and something, from our point of view, the IGAN is going to be protecting, school children and teachers and everybody in those environments. And that's a really feel good project for us. We're really excited about that.
Wonderful, Gary. Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot to look forward to too. So we hope everybody continues following along. Again, you have any questions, don't be afraid to send them over. But for now, Gary, thanks for coming on and sharing your insight. Please have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael. You have a great day as well. Take care.